Hey, David, Matt McGavick with Sports Illustrated. Obviously, this was a decision a lot of people were anticipating on you making, but kind of walk us through what actually led up to you making your decision to declare for the NBA draft and forego your remaining eligibility in college.
It was a long process for me that I've been dealing with, or mom has been dealing with, and people close to me for a while behind the scenes. And I finally got to dive into it after the season was over. And after long talks and feedback from the NBA, I decided to make that decision to go ahead and enter my name in the draft.
Hey, David, Shannon Russell, Courier Journal. What feedback did you get from those in the NBA about your prospects?
That it was good enough for me to enter my name, so I didn't want to kind of throw anything out there, but it was good enough for me, and I'm just going to work on improving my body and shape to get ready for that next level.
Tyler?
Hey, David, this is Tyler Griever from WHAS 11. Was there a specific moment or like any confirmation that told you like, okay, this is the right move. This is what I'm gonna do?
I'd say once I got my feedback, that's when I knew 100% what I wanted to do. I was kind of up in the air about it. But after I got that feedback back, then kind of thought that it was time for me. Had to think about myself, but talked to teammates, coaches, and they've all been supportive of the decision, and they've all put confidence in me that I'm ready for it.
Jody? You're there, Jody. You're up. Okay, we'll come back to Jody, or maybe somebody else is using his computer. Sorry. Go to Ben now.
Hey, David, this is Ben from CardinalSportsZone.com. You showed some significant improvement with the jump shot last season. I think you got up to 38% from three, maybe 70% from the free throw line. Have you gotten fairly good feedback with that jump shot? Is it something you're still working on right now?
I wouldn't necessarily say working. I am working on it, but it's just a lot of repetition. And I feel like I've always been a good shooter majority of my life playing basketball, and being sidelined with the shoulder injury, it was hard to come back. I've never experienced anything like that. So it was kind of bumpy road to get back to the fluid movement that I had in my jumper. So I'm starting to feel that, and I'm really confident in it.
All right, back to Jody. All right, still having a little problem there. No problem. We'll move on to Shannon.
When you look back at your time at Louisville, what are you most proud of that you accomplished in those 2 seasons?
First goal of mine was to beat Kentucky. As a hometown kid, it's a huge thing to do that, and to just have that pride along with the city of Louisville, just to say that I was part of one of the teams that did it, and just enjoying the process. Like, I wasn't really thinking ahead about what was going on down the road. I was really enjoying the process while I was here, taking in all the fun, enjoying the experience. And looking back on it, it was really fun.
Kent Taylor.
David, when you get that feedback from the NBA, what is it? How detailed is that? Do they tell you where you're projected to go? Is that something, hearing that, you might be a late first round pick or something? Do they tell you that? Is that what puts you over the top to make the decision?
Yeah, they kind of said where your floor is and where your ceiling is. So they kind of give you a median, meet you in the middle there, and tell you what you think. And I looked at it and thought that I could maybe make some improvements to improve my stock. Uh, but I'll be working on that over the next couple of months, and we'll see where it goes.
Matt and then Tyler.
Hey, David, Matt McGavick with Sports Illustrated again. Earlier, you kind of mentioned how your teammates and coaches were supportive of you in your decision. What was their overall reaction when you officially made your decision? Was there a surprise? Was like what they were expecting it? Like what else did they how they reacted?
They weren't necessarily surprised because I guess they already had a little feeling that I would, but some of the teammates were kind of surprised that I hadn't done it already. And sometimes I get told that I don't know how good I am. I mean, even when I do small things. So kind of finding myself and really getting going into like a different mode where I can succeed at a higher level is what I'm looking for. So I'd say, yeah, they instilled the confidence in me, teammates and coaches.
Tyler.
Hey, David, Coach Mack mentioned a conversation you had with him like 2 years ago after you got shoulder surgery. He said that you told him directly that you were going to be at U of L 2 years and then go to the NBA. Like, what do you remember about that conversation?
So I don't think I'd even practiced yet officially practiced for Louisville. And we were talking about like things that are to look forward to like as the season starts up for my freshman year. And he asked me, when do you think you'll be ready? And he was talking about when I'll be ready to come back to play as a freshman. And I was thinking ahead, saying I'll be ready after my sophomore year. And he was just like kind of looked at me like, I'm talking about your shoulder. I was like, oh, well, now you know that. Well, I think I'll be ready in a couple months.
To Jody.
Hey, David. I think hopefully you can hear me this time. With where are you as far as with an agent? Have you hired somebody, and what do you do now? Where will you go work out? Will you stay here and leading up to the draft?
Haven't decided yet, but once I do pick, I'll be wherever they're kind of stationed or wherever I have access to get in the gym the most. So I'll let them figure that out, but I'm pretty close to picking one.
Are you down to a couple, and kind of who's helping you through that process?
It's mostly my family and some close family friends that are helping. I think I'll be really, really, really close to a decision in the next couple of days or so.
Any other questions for David?
Yeah, David, this is Kent Taylor from Wave again. What is that floor and the ceiling, the feedback that you got from them, and what would you be happy with on draft night hearing your name called?
I'd be happy just to get picked because I know what I can do, and just the opportunity is all I need. But the floor for it is that I'll get drafted. The ceiling is first round. So I'm really aiming towards being a first round pick. Just got to keep on improving over this next couple of months, and I'll be there.
How much have you talked with Jay Scrubb about his experience this year as you were making your decision, if at all?
I've talked to him probably 3 or 4 times over the last month or so, but we talked a little bit about the process, but it wasn't necessarily, I was just checking in on him, he was checking in on me. I mean, we've always been in touch since high school, so having someone that's already been experienced to where I'm going. He can help me a lot, and he knows a lot of people that could also help me out too. So just having that relationship is pretty good.
Go to Shannon and then Matt.
When speaking to people to get feedback, did anyone advocate for you to come back for one more season to even improve your draft stock? And kind of how did you take that information if that was the case?
Not necessarily. The feedback that I got, that's why there wasn't like any hesitancy about me coming back. It was just, all right, you're all in with it, and this is what you're going to be doing for a living, so let's get after it.
Matt?
Hey, David. What are you hoping your overall lasting legacy at Louisville is now that your collegiate career is complete?
That I made an impact in some type of way. I just want to be remembered as a good person, a great player. Just help. I like to help people, so just having that on my belt. David Johnson helped out the University of Louisville, or helped out the city of Louisville. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for any fame or anything huge like that.
Tyler?
Hey, David, I know you have more time to work on your game before the draft and improve, but if you had to, I guess, market or sell yourself as a player to NBA teams right now for what you bring to the table, like how would you do that?
I'm a point guard that can get the ball in scorers' hands. I can create for myself. I can defend multiple positions, rebound. I'm just a guy that can be on the floor doing anything.
Any final questions for David? Okay, hearing none. David, thanks for joining us and best of luck to you.